All right, guys, promised you another very special guest and another one of the friends of the show. I would definitely consider her. It's been a minute since we spoke last. Allie Colleen with us today. And Allie, always great to see you, my friend.
You as well, man. How's it going?
It's going. It's going. And we're at the Christmas holiday season, and I'm excited not only to talk about the season that we're in, but the new single that you got. You teamed up with Jay Allen, and this has got to be my favorite Christmas song anyway. So once I saw this one released, I was like, we got to get her on and talk about this.
Really? You're no Holy Night fan? That's your Christmas song, huh?
That is the
nice. Nice. No, it was interesting. I didn't really think that I had anything to add to the world of Christmas music. You know, I've never done a Christmas song. I feel like as a consumer, I traditionally just stick to traditional Christmas music. You know what I mean? If I'm decorating at home, you just go to good old Spotify, iTunes, traditional Christmas music. You know, that's it. And so when I was approached with this opportunity and this idea, Jay really wanted to do, in his words, kind of a haunting Christmas song. And Jay and I are on the same agency with Jeff Hill. And so I guess he had gotten with Jeff and he was like, I kind of want to do like a haunting Christmas song. Does anyone come to mind? And Jeff was like, I've got a girl with a spider web tattoo on her face. I said, that's me, dog. Let's go. So we got together to kind of pull our kind of dark tone side out on a Christmas song. And I think it turned out incredibly beautiful. I'm really proud of it.
Now, what is your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite Christmas song, I think it probably has something more to do with Celine Dion and Martina McBride than the song itself. But I'm always like, do you hear what I hear? Like those really big ones that they do. I absolutely love it. But my favorite Christmas song of all time is Scotty McCreery, Christmas in Heaven. So not really like a traditional Christmas song, but he has this Christmas song just about like kind of asking your loved one, like, man, I wonder what it looks like up there for you, man. Like, what's it like? You know, and just that Christmas where you don't have who you had the year before with you kind of thing. And I love that Christmas song.
Now, Allie, as it's been a minute since we spoke last. Things have changed. How has your look, the way you see the industry changed over the last couple of years? Because you've grown, you've been in it for a few. How has your perception changed, if you will?
Yeah, I've always really tailored to Allie Colleen and the music and the brand and everything that Allie Colleen represents as a product anyway. And I can just say that has just grown sevenfold in the last couple of years in the sense of just really thinking about product placement and the value of a product opposed to why do these people not like me or why am I not getting these shows? You know what I mean? And so I've really tried to just depersonalize this incredibly personal business that I work in. And I think that will probably just continue to go that way as, you know, just business interactions happen and all of that kind of stuff. I love this town. I love the business that we do, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's just a business, you know? And I'm really proud of myself. I don't feel like I've gotten very hard to it yet, which I'm very proud of also, because that's kind of easy to also do in this town.
That reminds me. That reminds me. My dad, whenever when I was young and in my teen years, I had a softer heart that my dad never had, and that's one thing he always told me. He hoped that I never lost my soft heart. Well, I'm 50 years old now, and I still cry whenever I see something sad happen. So
Yeah.
hey, keep thinking and keep focusing on that, and you'll be able to stay soft too. And I tell you, I think there's something to being soft and being able to feel emotion and show emotion too.
Oh, absolutely. Because I think energy has to not only project but receive. You know what I mean? And so if you're only controlling one side of that narrative and you don't ever let out, but you are like trying to be creative, especially in the songwriting world, not even amongst co-writers, but amongst just like the consumer community that's taking in your songs, I really don't think you're going to find that much success as far as like making an impact and a true interaction with people. And again, I know it's a business, but it still is an incredibly personal business. So I think you're right. And I think that that's something that really matters to me because I've got a couple of friends that have gotten pretty hard to this business and rightfully so. You know what I mean? It's a tough one, but I'm very proud of what we've done and where we're headed.
So what is your favorite part of the live show? Is it when you're walking up? Is it maybe after you found the groove, or is it as you're trying to shut down a show? What's your favorite part of the performance?
Well, looking at my set list, I wait all set for Halos and Horns. I wait all set for the song called Halos and Horns. It's just fun. And I feel like it's one of the few songs that kind of encaps everything about Allie, as far as how big the vocal is and how much I care and how cool I think I am. And that cowboy western world that's also a little rockish. I think Halos and Horns achieves everything that our live show is trying to achieve. So outside of that moment, we also have a little acoustic spot in the middle of the set where everyone leaves, and I just get to do that for a minute. And we've always said, acoustic show Allie is much different than kind of band show Allie. And I think at the end of that acoustic set, as a viewer, you've seen it all, in the sense of who I am, and you know what we're doing and what we're trying to do, and the stories that have been told, I think, really matter. So there's something about coming out of that acoustic set right into Halos and Horns that's just this little sweet spot for me.
That's your sweet spot. Now,
it's my sweet spot.
Now, how hard is it to stay in character and in brand, and how much pressure do you put on yourself because of the brand image that you've built over the last few years?
I find myself in show not having too much hard time with it, just in the sense of, it's like, even though it is a brand, it's very much me, and as a performer, that is who I am. I am Allie Colleen. I really am. And it doesn't feel so much like a persona at that time. I think for me, the times when I try not to lose it or try to keep it in is we do a lot of pre-show meet and greets, and we do a lot of post-show meet and greets. And I think it's in those times when I really have to remember the intent of the conversations and the intent of the branding, opposed to just chatting with my friends. You know what I mean? And those worlds aren't like vastly different from each other, but I do catch myself sometimes being like, we're still being an artist, bro. We are still being an artist. This is not a cookout. Like, calm down. But I wouldn't say that it's too hard. I've kind of got it down to a mechanical at this point.
Right. Now I know what the meet and greet, and I call it sometimes the howdy and shake line. I know how that feels from the consumer side of things. What do you is it always fun for the meet and greet, or are there some nights that you just like, oh, it's been a week?
I absolutely love it. Now our meet and greet line is a little different, because the Howdy Shake meet and greet line is this incredible opportunity that we are not at yet, where you have so many people coming through in so little time that you really do shake a hand, say hi, pose for a picture, and you are ushered out. We are not there yet, and I don't really ever want to be there, in the sense of we might be a little more limited on how many people we get to interact with a show, because we do not do that. My meet and greets, you get an acoustic song. You get to hang out for a minute. We talk about stuff. We really talk about your family a lot. People love to talk about their families. And I, as much as I love what I do, try and keep meet and greets about who I'm meeting instead of who they're meeting. So I love to hear like the stories and stuff. And then after show, the meet and greet is just the merch line, because I sell all my merchandise. And would really love to implement that somehow in a feasible way forever. Even if it's just for 20 minutes of tonight, she will be selling merch, you know what I mean? Or something. Right. But right now we sell the whole merch line, Bev and I do. And that interaction is very cool. And you get to meet people and sign all their stuff, and, just say thank you for contributing financially outside of just buying a ticket. And that's very cool. The only ones that I think are kind of weird are when like the whole venue staff or something just gets to meet the artist, and they don't know who you are at all or even really care. So they're kind of also like, I'm literally just here to shake your hand and take a picture. I'm like, thank you for telling that. We can knock those out real quick right now. Like, yeah, absolutely. I got you.
That's funny. Now what, as you talk about branding, and I know on a smaller side on podcasting, is whenever you're going in and you got to see your name in the big letters, how many different types of letters did you guys go through before you decided what the Allie font?
That's an awesome question. So I worked really, really hard on our Western branding, because female Western branding was very, It was so lame. And I don't want to say that to other female artists that use any kind of female Western branding, but the fonts in female Western, I hate them. I hate them so much. They're like too dainty. And the mixture of wildflowers with font in Western women is very frustrating for me. And it was just never hard enough, but still like Western enough for Allie Colleen. So we, as being a tattoo girl, I finally went and just started looking at tattoo shop fonts, and like in the sense of like the tattoo signage lettering, not like their font books, but like tattoo lettering, especially the tattoo lettering that had like pinup girls with it, like any shore like store font that had like a pinup girl in it, because it would partner that like Western font with a Gothic font, and it was very cool. And so once we kind of nailed that down, it was pretty easy. And we send in all of our signage to the venues. Now, whether they use it or not is also very interesting. So sometimes you show up and your stage is just lit up with just the most horrific thing you can imagine. And you just smile and wave and you keep it up there and it's fine. But we found a lot of success in the tattoo font world for signage, which I still think is kind of interesting.
Now, speaking of the tattoos, any new ones? Any new ones that?
Oh, several. Here we spoke last. So in January, February, I went to my first like horror tattoo convention. So like all of like the old classic like 80s actors that were in like, like The Exorcist and that kind of stuff were all there. And then all of like the stunt people and the makeup people for like Guardians of the Galaxy and Michael Myers and all that kind of stuff were there. And then the other side of the convention was all tattoos. And so I went to go and meet some of the people from Michael Myers, but I got a little spider web on my face.
Nice.
I love it. And then same in correlation to Halloween. I went to a Halloween party in October for a bunch of artists, and they had a tattoo artist there, and you could only pick from like their flash that they had, but I got those little like plastic vampire teeth that you can take in and out. I got those done at the party, which I thought was super cute.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty happy about it.
Now do you what is the end gonna be of the tattoos? Are you gonna be fully tatted? Is that what the ultimate goal is?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's a lot of places on my body I don't want to tattoo just for sake of like being an absolute baby, and it's just gonna hurt. But if that's what I end up with space wise at the end of the day, I'm gonna use it.
Right.
So, oh, it sounds so egotistical, but I'm so excited about it. I have a tattoo of myself on my thigh. It's very large, and it's literally just a self-portrait of me with like a big like wolf skin head on. And I met this woman at a bar like 2 years ago, and it was her 40th birthday. And when you have tattoos, people just show you their tattoos all the time. And so she had this big new piece she was all proud of and wanted to show me. And I said, that's all good and rad. Who is this beautiful woman that you have on your thigh or on your calf? Because she's gorgeous, and I don't think I'd ever get a person on me. And again, this woman on her 40th birthday was like, that was me at 22. And I thought that was like the coolest thing on the planet. So I got me at 25 right here. And that has turned into a full leg sleeve of myself. So we have like me as a skeleton riding a bull as a merch shirt. She's gonna go on there. We have me as a pinup as a merch shirt. She's gonna go on there, and we'll fill it with like lyrics and tattoo stuff and like Allie Colleen stuff. But I am my biggest fan, man. I think that's why I've made it this far, because I will cheer me on forever. So I'm doing a whole leg of myself, and I don't care. I'm so excited.
That's cool. Now where was the initial interest? Where was the initial interest?
I remember being like 11, 12 years old and walking around and just people with tattoos. I just thought they were insane. I thought they were awesome. I thought they were beautiful, specifically women with tattoos. Because when I was like 11 and 12 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you either had really good tattoos or horrible tattoos. Like that's kind of all you saw. And I just kept seeing these women that just like would not take any crap on the planet, just covered in tattoos. And I thought they were just absolutely stunning. And I wanted to know what they got and why they got. And I thought just painting yourself in stories was the coolest thing on the planet. And then as I got older and I just became a woman and just started just kind of nitpicking and hating all these little things about my body, I was like, I can paint this however I want to. And then that kind of helped me, I think, start loving my body a little more. And now as a 27, 28-year-old, I'm like This is the greatest thing on the planet. Are you joking? I love this thing. It has gotten me through every day of my life, and I'm just going to keep painting it. I love it.
That's funny. Now you talk about 27, 28, finally feeling a comfort level. I get, when I see people that are so much younger, and I'll have people say, yeah, I wish I was 18. I wish I could go back to 18. I wish I could go back to 21. I always tell people, take me back to 28, because 20 or 19 through 27, I messed it up real bad.
That was awful. That was an
I
awful
was
time.
28, 27. I'm like, yeah, that's now tell me how much you notice the maturity of yourself, and also that you found yourself. Is that what you're seeing this year?
I think absolutely. I think we got to give some credit to the frontal lobe, right? So that
Right.
kicked in around what, 25, 26, I think they say. For women, you guys, I don't know that it ever does.
Never does.
Respectfully, I don't think it does. So, do it that way you want. But I think it was a lot of that. I think it was a lot of too just being an artist and really trying to see myself how other people saw me, right? People just keep showing up to shows and they just keep loving the music and they keep loving what I do. And it doesn't even matter how big or small that number is, somebody really cares. And I think at some point, for some reason, I wondered why for the first time, but not in like a I've gotten lucky kind of way, or in a, oh, what if I lose this kind of way. It was just, maybe there's something to it. Maybe these people aren't crazy. Maybe she's kind of a good hang. And I just kind of just started to just appreciate myself. And I don't know what that is. And I don't know if there's an age for everyone that happens for, but you're right for me. I mean, 26 was kind of that sweet spot, I think, where it started happening. And I'm 27 now. I'll be 28 next year. And I don't know, man, but I'm happy that I got here when I did. I can't say anything about all the time before, but I am here now, and I cannot imagine losing it, because again, I'm the only one in this meat sack right here. You know what I mean? Like, I might as well like it. I might as well be kind to her.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you also finding the music easier to make alleys? Like, if you come across new music, is it easier to find the alley zone on that music rather than fighting through a few times, if you will?
I think so. And I think that also came with just that comfortability of, I'm not so scared to say how I feel anymore. I think there was a really long time when I needed somebody to give me validation to say how I felt. Like as if there was a bar for where, oh, if you feel this way, it's really not validated. But if you feel this way, it's appropriate. No, you feel how you feel.
Right.
And I've also learned that, the world of songs, and especially my world of songs, like when I look at the songs that I wrote that at the time I thought were my favorite things that really never were given a light, those songs are still very important to me. And I didn't lose anything by not giving them to the world. Does that make any sense? So I'm not so scared to say things anymore. And when it comes down to commercially picking what songs Allie Colleen puts out as a brand, I think that part will always be a little monotonous and very selective. But as far as just my world of creation and going into co-writes with my own narratives and what's actually happening in my life, I do find myself much more comfortable with that now, and not so scared to tell my co-writers, this is my world that I'm living in right now, and this is what I personally need to write about today. We might not cut this song. And my co-writers too, at the age that they are now, are also like, that's what we're here for, man. Like, let's go. And I'm like, thank you. So it's been also just a community thing for me as well.
Now, Allie, what's the next project that you're really excited about? I mean, we've got the Oh Holy Night we're still talking about now, but I see excitement. What's coming next?
Yeah, so we did the Christmas song, and I think another interesting thing about thinking about a Christmas song is I was having a hard time putting money into something that is possibly going to be streamed for at most 30 days. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know if you're going to be bopping to a holy night in April. So I was like, I don't know about that. So just looking at, so that was another thing that surprised me so much, but how much I loved doing a holy night and this Christmas project, and how much I'm still enjoying promoting it in this season. Because, usually for us, you've worked on a song for 12, 13, 15, 40 weeks, and you hate it by the time it comes out anyway. You're like, I don't want to listen to that anymore. Like, they can listen to it. That's the point. So anyway, we are going into studio with right now, probably about 9 songs. I picked them out of probably about 17 songs. So all that to say, we have well over probably a year and a half of music to really promote if we're doing that 8 week, one song kind of thing, in the sense of promotion and stuff. But we have a song coming out with Lee Brice in February that I'm so excited about. Lee has produced my last 2 songs as far as Feels Like and Halos and Horns goes. And we had this 3rd song that we did that we've just held on to for a really long time because we wanted to make sure that it didn't just get lost out there in the world of music as far as an independent artist putting out music. So Lee has been kind enough to offer me 6 dates of his acoustic tour in February and March of 2024. And I'm so excited to go on the road with him and to receive from his ticket sales. I cannot wait. It's not on me this time to sell those things. And so really, really excited about that. And we are putting out a song called While We're Still Friends, February 16th. Before that next weekend, I'll hit the road with him. And this song changed my life. It was a really tough one for me. Lee and I wrote it together with his wife, Sarah. And this song just means the world to me. And just selfishly, I was like, Lee, I just want to hear what our voices sound like together on a recording. Would you just do the background vocals? I'm not trying to like slip into your name and likeness here. I just really, really as a fan would love to hear like us together. And he just fully surprised me and did a full feature on it. And it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful song about just like what you thought was going to be forever. Like, hey, while we still care about each other a little bit, we've got to end this. So it's called While We're Still Friends. And I love the song. Hopefully we'll do a video for it in 2024. And that'll be my first music video, which I'm very excited about. And then from there, every 8 weeks, you guys can expect a new song from February 16th on for probably most of the year. And I cannot wait to be just consistently putting out music. We haven't had the money for that in the last couple of years. So I'm so excited.
And to see the growth and to see what 2024 has in store. I mean, you can see the excitement on your face, girl.
I'm very excited. We worked really hard, and it's just, this is my favorite part. I mean, I don't know how much it's realized, and it shouldn't be. This world should be magic for everyone who consumes it. I really believe that. I don't really think that listeners have a job to understand the business of the music that's being made. But with that said, performing is really probably about 10% of what I do. And that's my thing. That's what I care about the most. And that's including like recording time and studio time, as well as the live shows. So to get to spend this much time between now and January and February, just in the studio and not on the road and not so much in these professional settings where you go and you just have to be something shiny or no one's going to look at you. I'm so excited to just create for a little while as Allie. So I'm very excited, and I hope that it's received. I really hope that you guys like it.
Well, I'm sure we will. And Allie, what's the rest of your holiday season up to the first of the year? What's it look like?
Oh, a lot of naps. A lot of naps. I've got horses. I've got 2 horses at my house with me. So Tennessee winter is pretty mild, to be honest, as far as like livestock animals go. They're okay. So it's not too much work in the sense of just making sure they're good and taken care of. So that takes up some of my days. And really, just like I said, really focusing on the recording time. We'll hit the studio in January. So right now we're all in that pre-recording, just decisions on like who the players are going to be and what studio we're going to use and kind of what the end goal of each song is before we even start, so that doesn't get lost in the world of production. And I really enjoy that kind of stuff. I know sometimes in the past I found it a little monotonous and was like, can't we just record and sing music? And now I'm really loving just the intent of what the song's going to be. I'm really, especially after we've worked so hard to write them the way that we've written them, really enjoying that kind of stuff. So that'll kind of fill my days. I'm a little behind on Christmas shopping, but I've done pretty good this year on it. Still got a couple of things to get for my mom's, but I'm very excited, and I'm going home to Oklahoma for Christmas for the first time in a couple of years. So I'm very excited for that too.
Good. We'll be glad to have you back home.
It'll be nice. It'll be nice. What about you? Do you guys do anything wild for Christmas? Any wonky traditions?
No, we really kind of like everybody else. We do the Christmas Story all day Christmas. We have the TBS on repeat. And last year they did the new Christmas Story. They did a remake of it, or a revisit. I actually liked the new Christmas Story. I don't know
Really?
if you saw it last year or not, but they brought some of the characters.
Huh.
It was actually a lot better than I originally expected it. So
Nice. Good. Love to hear that. I watched Home Alone last night for the first time, I think, since I watched it as a kid. And no disrespect, it was not as thrilling as I remember it being as a kid. The robbery was literally only like 10 minutes of the whole movie. I was
yep.
very surprised.
It stuck. It seemed to be there a lot longer as a kid, didn't it?
Yeah, it was still great though. It was still Home Alone. You know what I mean? I don't know why they made a 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe 8, but I'll tell you what, that first one is pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, gotta bring it
That's
in.
exactly why.
I get it.
Well, Allie, I always want to make sure and let our listeners and our viewers know where to find everything Allie Colleen, website, social media, merch, and all that stuff. And I know you got that whole spiel memorized as well.
I do. I'm pretty good at this. We've made it very easy, very simple. You can find everything that we do from one place. So you can go to my website, which is 𝐂𝐿Ecoleenmusic.com. We have a tour tab on there. We have all the Lee Brice dates updated on there. If you guys would like to come and see Lee and myself, again, it's a full acoustic tour. So he's acoustic, I'm acoustic. It'll be very intimate, a lot of stories. It'll be very cool, as well as the dates that we have so far for 2024. And then my Instagram is my most active social. It's where you can see the horses, it's where you can see me, it's where you can see my weird spooky cosplays, all the weird things. That's Allie Colleen Music. And like I said, everything else can be found within socials from socials. So give us a follow, you guys. Follow me on Spotify. If you're an iTunes person, just please stream something for the love of God. That helps me so much. Thank you guys very, very much.
That's good. Well, Allie, it is always great to see you, my friend. It's been too long. I'm gonna look and see if we can catch up with you and Lee whenever you guys make the trek. One of
Please,
my
please.
favorites. Love to see the two of you together.
Yes, no, we would love to do that again. While We're Still Friends comes out in February, so I would love to get with you around then too, and we can talk about that a little bit more. And Lee, or we can talk a little bit after we do the tour shows together. Whatever works for you, man. I'd be honored to be back. Thank you.
It's always good to see you, my friend. Good to see the smile on your face. I've seen you some days where you can tell you were down a little bit. It's good to see the excitement in your eyes, my friend.
Thank you. No, it's back. She's lit up like a Christmas tree right now. Pretty happy about it.
That's good. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday Season to you as well, and we look forward to talking to you in the new year, my friend.
Absolutely. I'll see you there, man. Thank you.